Do you have questions about your health? Do you need to find out what's keeping you from feeling your absolute best? If so, your intuition has guided you to the right place. I am Dr. Charlyce, and welcome to the Art of Healing podcast community. In this podcast, we explore all topics in health and wellness, from Reiki to functional medicine, energy medicine, chakras, and meditation. Join me every week for fresh new episodes that highlight healers, various healing modalities, and choose this as your opportunity to find what healing works best for you. If you want to learn more about me, simply Google at Dr. Charlyce. Enjoy. Welcome to the Art of Healing podcast. This is Dr. Charlyce, and thank you so much for joining me for this episode, which is Your Reiki Journey Starts Here. This episode is for anyone who is curious about Reiki, wants to learn more about Reiki, is thinking about getting a session of Reiki, or is ready to get started with becoming a Reiki healer. Wherever you are, I'm totally excited for you. So let's get into this. So beginning your Reiki path it's such an exciting time. And one of the favorite things that I like to hear about is how people discovered Reiki. If you are a Reiki healer or a Reiki practitioner that ever wants to come on the show and discuss how you got started with Reiki, I personally love those stories because they're all inspirational. For me, my start into Reiki came from a nudge from a good friend of mine who was getting ready to take the course, and she told me I should come with her. At the last minute, I signed up, and I'm very glad I did. I didn't know what Reiki was until the night before the class started. I got my materials, but there was no time to study it because I signed up for the course the night before. Once I got to the class, it was wonderful. It was answering all the questions that I ever had about the mind, the body connection. I learned about chakras. At that point in my life, it was all the things that I'd wanted to know so much about, and I got to learn it in this course. And then I walked away being a Reiki healer. So it's just wonderful. But what if you could begin your Reiki practice no matter where you are? So for instance, for me, it was a live class that I attended over a few weekends, but it happened to work out perfectly. I've heard from prospective students, people who are thinking about it, that finding the time or the location, or you might live in a place where there aren't any Reiki classes. So then how do you get around that and how do you get started? Just like with anything, there's going to be barriers, and definitely finding the time for folks when you're thinking of starting your journey, your spiritual journey or your healing journey. A lot of times it's hard because the things that are leading you to wanting to get past these challenges are the things getting in the way. Busy schedules, working jobs, several jobs, caring for family, caring for children, caring for parents. So that's a barrier. And then some people feel nervous about getting started, just that transition, what's going to happen. Am I going to change in a way that I don't like? Definitely having access to a teacher, because there aren't always classes available that are live. And I encourage, whenever I get a comment, for instance, on my website, I encourage prospective students all the time, don't stop looking. And there's some databases that can lead you to practitioners that are teaching online so that you can get that training and get started. So the first thing I want to share with you is that I am launching an online program that should be out in the next few weeks, or by the time this podcast airs, should be ready. And it's the Self-Guided Reiki Journey. This Reiki program is taking the place of what was my Reiki studio. So I did have a Reiki studio where I was taking clients and I loved it. But for a number of reasons, the time came where I had to close it. But luckily, we live in the information age. We live in the technology age. So I was able to capture some of that feeling and bring it into a self-paced online program. And in this program, you will be getting Reiki sessions. The program's going to guide you how you set up a Reiki session for yourself. And then it's a plug and play session that my intention is that you will start the program with an intention of something that you need to heal and then work with the sessions for several times. And then there's also going to be lessons that help you explore the mind-body connection in yourself even more. I'll be providing tools that you can use to assist. And once you sign up for the program, you'll have lifetime access. So I'm really excited about that because it allows me to share Reiki in a way that's easier. But even once I had the studio, it wasn't always easy for clients to come in. So this self-guided Reiki session is the same intention, the same healing space that I would have created for you if I were seeing you in the studio, but it's going to be in an online platform. And I will be there along with you to support your journey, but all of the tools are laid out in the course. So this information, just going over it, it's going to be module setup where it's the guided Reiki sessions. And there'll be some bonus meditations in there that are designed to help you explore your energy body. And then there'll be some interactive journals, some prompts, and just lots of tools all together in one package that's self-paced. You can take as long as you want. You can download everything all at once. But the key is that I wanted it to feel as if you were coming to see me in the studio. So the self-guided Reiki journey. So I like the idea of receiving Reiki, and I think it's important. I get Reiki myself as well as treat myself. So experiencing Reiki, of course, learning it, trying it for yourself. And the other way is if you are ready or you've been thinking about Reiki 1 training. So I will be preparing Reiki 1 training on the same platform, and that'll be coming up probably in a few months. And it is going to be designed for anyone who has an open heart and is ready to learn Reiki, and it will be self-paced as well. Course materials easily accessible. And with the Reiki 1 training, I will be monitoring your progress, and then we'll meet virtually to do your Reiki 1 attunement. So that part's really exciting. I love that part. That's very nice. So I'll have information more to come on that. I'm still developing it. So what I would say is that if you want to be updated on that in the handout that you'll get in the show notes, as well as some information later, and in my newsletter, I'll provide ways that I can update you when that's available. So I have a few resources I do want to offer up to help you wherever you are in your Reiki journey, whether you're considering, you've already started, you're thinking about starting. In your show notes, you'll see a link for a mini course. This is a mini course. It's a 9-minute Reiki session, and you'll need to use the code MIND-HEART-GUT in order to get free access. So in this mini course, you'll have access to the 9-minute Reiki session, and that's a downloadable where you'll practice Reiki in 3 energy centers. And then also in the course, I included an interactive book that is just more detailed about your Reiki journey. In the show notes, I'm also going to include a beginner's guide to Reiki. So that'll be in your show notes. And that's a good, safe place to start if you're just thinking about it, if you're not sure that's something that you want to do. So I like that book because you can just really reflect on it and feel if that's something that's resonating with you. And of course, if you're wanting to experience a Reiki session, I would love to be the one to do that with you because I do have Reiki clients and I can see Reiki clients virtually. So my virtual space is available for 20-minute sessions, 45-minute sessions, all the way up to 90-minute more integrative sessions. So I will put in the link if you want to read more about those sessions and you're considering working with me. Thank you so much for joining during this episode of the Art of Healing podcast. If you found this episode helpful, please leave a review. Also, you can check your show notes to find out how to get a copy of this and future episodes emailed directly to your inbox, available to listen to anytime. Finally, if you have questions or wish to connect to me, check your show notes to find out how we can get connected and find out how I can be of service to you.